Okay, today I'm talking with Ritvij, and Ritvij, you're a principal engineer at Kendall AI, and you've spoken at multiple events, including the Function One. I remember when meeting you, right? You, when I first met you, you look, I don't know, there's if one word to describe you is like the word intelligent, because right off the bat, when I met you, I feel I feel I feel humbled whatever what experience I have in tech, and I inspire to get the experience you have because you have like a GPA of 8.3 and like a B in electronics and frameworks, a lot of frameworks from Express to tools to everything, and people, if you look at his LinkedIn and you look at his portfolio, he's insane. And I'm surprised he didn't have like some lead code there. I'm pretty sure you'd be pretty good at lead code. So, Ritvij, can you walk me through, right? What does the principal engineer actually means day to day? Are you like coding, managing, architecting? Like, what's the split there?
I guess it would be a combination of all of those things. Like, um, I would I would give you like a bullet list of the things that I do. It's like um, planning on new features. When I say planning, I mean researching. Like if we get like a new feature idea, how it can work, like sort of like a system design. If it's a complicated one, um, sometimes it's about delegating tasks that we get from clients and also reviewing the work of other people. So yeah.
Okay. I mean, I thought it'd be a longer answer, but I think it's
Yeah,
pretty. It was pretty.
that's like the short.
I was like, okay, it would be. I expected you to say like something so technical that I wouldn't understand. I had to ask like follow up questions on that one.
No, that's like the short version. That's the
Okay,
short
okay.
version.
And
Yeah.
you mentioned to me. I remember we were discussing our interest in like AI, and I particularly landed on the robotics field. I like robotics, man.
Mhm.
It's amazing,
Yeah.
and I'm planning to do in university. And I wonder, right? There is a difference in simulation and like training the models versus deploying actually on like real hardware. So, what was like the hardest technical problem you hit that wasn't in any tutorial or paper?
Hmm. Hardest technical problem. Mm, I uh, I couldn't put like one thing on the top, but like I would say there were like a couple of things that we had faced. Um, One of them was like a feature that we were building. Um, it was like an automated system that would basically pass the data around between real estate agents of the same organization. It's like called lead pool. So like a round robin system that would do like a on the back end, it would like run a piece of code like perpetually and then keep assigning the data to agent according to certain criteria if the criteria was met. So that was one of the complicated ones. Another one was when we had started hitting some issues with regards to scalability, and when we had more than a certain number of agents, then our system started facing issues of slow speed, etc. So that was one of the bigger problem statements that the entire team had to work on, and we had to figure out how to make the system work better and give users a better experience, which was quite recent actually. And yeah, we pulled that off.
Wow. I, on that thing, right? I wanted to ask on the data you guys get, okay? Because in the AI engineering field, I
Mhm.
heard 80% of it is just like cleaning and preparing the data. Then the other 20% is training. Is that right? Or
Well, I would say that must be true because the thing is that there are a lot of sources of data in the world,
right?
and A lot of them must be like unformatted, don't follow a regular pattern. um, and you know how easily it is to like mess up the format if it's an Excel sheet.
Yeah.
So uh, I have seen the kind of data that goes around. Like, I'm not even talking just about like real estate or prop tech. I'm talking about other fields as well. The ones that I've seen uh, my peers working on when we were in college and through this time of like working in different companies. And yes, a lot of data is unclean in that sense, and people do work on cleaning it up. I wouldn't give it like an 80-20 split,
Mm.
in my opinion, but there is like a majority of data that goes through like a cleaning process so that it can be worked upon properly.
80-20. In your mind, what would be like the actual split? Just try to guesstimate here. You said it would only be 80-20. Like, try guesstimate.
I would say now that, I mean, this is purely my guess, right? But since the time like AI has seen a boom that we have seen like post Chat GPT, and more
Yeah.
people are working on it,
Yeah.
AI has also become a certain kind of help. In some cases, it is helpful. It is able to help in like cleaning the data. So I would say it's more of like a probably 60-40 split now, but I might be wrong on that one.
I think, yeah, to be honest, I don't got much data on that. When I researched the question, right, and I think I watched a lot of videos about people in the engineering with AI, and most of it's true that like most of your work is preparing and cleaning the data, and for me, as you know, I'm 18. I'm like in CS and, robotics and AI and all that stuff. Is I'm gonna get a little controversial. Is the CS degree still as valued as before? Like people doing CS, right? Like 5 to 10, like 10 to 15 years before, it was valuable, right? Right
Yeah.
now, everyone is skeptical on the job market. What's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah. This one is going to be a long answer.
Yeah, yeah,
So, Um, I will give my opinion based on what I have observed when I joined college,
yeah,
when
sure.
I was like 18, compared to what I see now. Um, Definitely, when I was 18, CS was valued way more, right? Like I would say the pre-Transformers era, and Transformers is the thing that people have started using to build all these LLMs. But pre-Transformer era, CS was way highly valued. And it's not just about CS; it's also about master's degrees. Is
Right.
something that I've noticed. Um, 4 to 5 years back, people, if so, I was saying that anybody who was like 5 years back, anybody who was studying in India and then would go for a master's on the US
Yeah.
in the US, and then post masters, they would have like a really high market value. They would be sitting on fat salaries, right?
Yeah.
Now we are seeing like a decline even in the market value of master's degrees, and also uh, on CS graduates in general.
Not, not,
So
not a good outlook for me.
yeah. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
is good stuff as
Yeah. Okay, okay.
well. It's not about like people thinking that, oh, we don't need software engineers. It's more about that because of AI and all the advancement that we have been getting. If before you needed a team of 20 people to be able to do something,
Mm.
now you might only need a team of 12 to 15. That's all.
Wow.
And people think that, okay, if we only need a team of 12 to 15, out of those 20, we would rather keep the best ones, right?
Yeah, that's true.
That's the problem. So that brings in a sort of extra competition. It's not that CS is not valued as much, it's that the competition in CS is way higher than it was ever before.
That's true. And I think there's a rise in CS graduates despite like the statistics on the
Yeah,
job market. It's
yeah.
particularly in the states. And
Yeah.
what would you have
And
suggest? Yeah, yeah.
even the reason for that part is that because the number of people going into the college has been increasing, right?
Mm.
But it's only now that people are seeing that, oh shit, there's more competition, but the graduates are already here with their CS degrees.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that can be done on that side.
Okay. Yeah. Pretty bleak outlook, but I think, in my opinion, the CS degree will still continue to have value and will still stay, and
Yes, absolutely.
there's no doubt on that one, and
Yes,
I wanted to ask, right, if you were me, 18, I'm going to take a CS degree.
yeah,
What would you have done in my position? Let's say I'm going to the same field as you right now.
yeah, yeah. I would say that okay. There's one thing that people who are 18 years old
Yeah.
see people who are like me, like who are 24, 25, 26, 27, right? And one thing is that you do not need to be afraid of where the world is headed. Okay,
Mm.
if you fear, then that will that is like another sort of distraction on your head, right?
Yeah.
uh like we just discussed, CS has not lost its value. It's just that there is more competition. So I would put it in this way, right? Now, uh, remember how 4 or 5 years back we used to have like all of these internships while we were in college,
Yeah, that's correct.
and the kinds of tasks that interns used to get were pretty easy, pretty basic, right? They were tasks that would help the intern get used to the code base and stuff. Now, if a tech company, a startup, or a bigger company wants those tasks done, they can have AI do those tasks. Those tasks are simple enough that an AI can do it uh, relatively without much help.
Mm.
So I would say that the bar has gone up, right? So if I was in your place, I would be building more complicated projects than the projects that people were building 4 to 5 years back.
Right, right.
Like from a purely software perspective, I would say that people 4 years back, what were they building as their first applications? A notes application, a calculator
Yeah,
application,
a
which is fine.
to do
Okay,
list.
build that. Yeah, to-do list. That's fine. Okay, go ahead, build those. But if 4 years back you think that, oh, I have built these applications in my first 2 years, now I can get a decent internship, and you would. Now that's not going to happen. You need to build more projects, more complicated ones. And yeah, that's one thing that I have noticed. Like the amount of depth that you need to get those opportunities has increased. The bar has gone higher. So it's just more hard work.
Yeah, it's true. And I keep, in my position right now, there's a lot of pressure on us actually, and a lot of
Understandable.
project. Yeah, a lot of projects we gotta do, and I wanted to also add, right. Actually, there's nothing to add. Uh, because you pretty answered like you answered like I can't really add anything else to the question because you provided a really good answer to that, and I agree with you. I highly agree with you. And
Yeah.
now I want to go to the startup space, right?
Yeah.
Since you work at an AI company, Kendall
Mhm.
AI, the real estate
Yeah.
stuff you guys do, you've been to
Yeah.
events and you've been to a lot of events. What percentage of those startups you actually
Mhm.
see do actually need AI compared? It's just for the fundraising pitch. Do they actually need AI, or is it just for the fundraising pitch? Because you can just slap AI on it and then just get more money from investors.
Hmm. Okay. So the kind of events that I have been to, usually the startups that are there, more often than not, they already have a funding, right? So
Yeah.
they are like startups that have crossed like their seed stage of funding, right?
Mm.
But still, I can um, talk about this in one way, that like there are definitely things that people are doing that might not need AI, right?
Right.
It's like um, I guess if you might have seen the crypto space
Yeah.
2 years back, it was the same thing, right? Like people were trying to add crypto and Web3 to everything, right? And then people had started asking questions: Does this need to be in crypto? Does this need Web3? Like this application that you're building, that kind of thing. And yes, people are asking that sort of a question for AI as well. Like, there are too many people building a lovable competitor. There are too many people adding in AI and using tokens when it's not needed. There are a lot of people thinking that their problem statement needs AI,
Right.
when in reality, they just need a simple Zapier automation. So, yeah, that kind of thing is there. But I guess people have slowly also started understanding, well, because AI is not free,
Yeah, yeah, it's not free.
that not everything needs AI, and like problem statements can be simplified, right? Like, the simpler you keep your solution, the better.
I think in for efficiency, less is more because I'm pretty sure
Yes,
when
absolutely.
people do less, they're more productive that way. And
Exactly. I really believe in that saying that you just said. That is one of my mantras, that less is more.
less is more, man. And I think the percentage of those companies. You don't have like an exact percentage of it, or it's just I want to try to guesstimate here again. Like,
Yeah, no, I don't have a percentage of it because I haven't really met like these early stage companies at events or anything.
right?
I'm going off of what I've seen online, and then what I've seen people talk about, like in the non-technical fields as well. That most people say, like, how do we add in
Yeah,
AI
yeah.
to our workflow? When uh, I guess more than half of them only need an automation.
Jeez. Yeah, I think we're kind of overcomplicating this. I think it's just for the fundraising pitch. Because honestly, if by seeing from my perspective, I might be wrong here, okay? Because anyone can be wrong here.
Yeah.
Like, when you see a startup demo at a
Mhm.
event, what are the red flags that tells you this is like vaporware?
Um, I think this one is gonna be this answer could be slightly generic.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
Go ahead.
One thing I would say is like, now I'm thinking also from like the investors' viewpoint, right? Like
Right, right.
how they think about this. One thing is that they would definitely want to have like a proper market research. Okay, they are not going to give funds to anyone who is not fixing a proper problem.
That's true.
Another thing that I've seen is that there is a higher importance that, okay, you're building a startup for a set of a particular target market. Have you actually talked to people from that target market? That has
Um, my
greater importance.
on my side, no, they just give the PR standpoint. It's like, I mean, they said this is what we do, this is our business, and we provide you the
Yes.
AI stuff. It's like it's the most generalized thing. We do this and that
Yeah.
and that,
Yeah.
and there's AI.
Yeah. No, that's but like talking to your customers, that is like one of the very important things, because it goes in this direction that the more you talk to your customers, the more you build for your customers, and then the more you're able to sell to your customers before even raising funding. That makes funding slightly easier with every step,
Mm,
right? Of course, like, I'm not saying that funding is easy. Funding is it's just like CS degree funding and investments have gone more difficult than they were like 4 or 5 years back.
right, right.
But these are like things that people have started watching more, so that they can decide whether to fund these people or not. Like, obviously there is the whether their founder team is smart or not, whether they have got some referrals or not, whether they know what they're doing. But then market research, talking to your customers, are you able to sell before actually coming to the investors? What is your core problem statement? All of those things have a greater importance now.
Yeah, that's true. I completely agree. And your your response is you said it's generic, right? So and I did talk to similar people, like engineers like you, and they did say the same things. Well, it is generic, so but that's a good answer though. As I pitched a good answer, and I I'm gonna go back to this. Let's go back to here. What's the most overhyped thing in AI right now? that like everyone's building, but probably won't matter in 2 years.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Um, I guess AI app builders and lovable competitors. I see too many companies building that. And I see too many companies getting funded for that as well. We recently see Lovable raise like a $330 million round at
Yeah, yeah,
6
it's
billion
crazy. It's
of
crazy.
value.
I don't I don't get it.
It's absolutely nuts. And people are still building startups around app builders. Like I I don't know. I don't get it. Like the thing is that one thing that we have like I have discussed this with other software engineers as well
Right.
who have like similar or more experience than me, right? One thing that has become a common opinion is that if you want to use AI in production code, still you can only use it like an assistant, like a catalyst. It can't replace you. The only
That's
place
true.
where it has been able to replace engineers is building MVPs. But then we have Lovable, we have Bolt, we have Base 42. We have so many good applications in the market for building MVP applications, right? So yeah, I'm not so sure. I mean, I'm not saying that Lovable and Bolt will not matter in 2 years. I'm
Yeah,
saying like
yeah.
their competitors not matter in 2 years.
It's true.
But let's see, someone out of them might like just disrupt the industry in some way. We never know. uh, None of these things can have like a strong prediction, and someone out of them might surprise everyone.
Prediction. Yeah, that's very good. So, what should be people be building in your opinion? It's like very what people should be building instead of that.
Well, if I have to joke about it, I would take that meme where people say that I want AI to do my laundry and make my food, not do my job. But I would say one of the good ways to find this is like just I see there are still like decent problem statements for people in like the non-technical fields.
Right.
Recently, only at some event, I was talking to someone who works at an NGO, and they were discussing about the kinds of things that they have to do. They also work with like the local UN branch, so there are a lot of things that they have to do over there as well. And there are still some departments out there. Like it's basically like for us engineers, it's looking outside of our field, I would say. And there are problem statements, certainly. That's one thing. That's one way to find like good problem statements is meeting people, trying to understand the problem statements that they face, and then building something on top of that. The other thing which I've seen people doing is that they go on these platforms like Reddit and Twitter.
Yeah.
They try to find and research where people are giving feedback about software applications, right? Like somebody giving feedback about some giant like Zoho CRM or something like that. And then there is like a small set of people, like 500, 600 people that don't like something or want something in their own customized way or, something of that sort. If that happens, then you see a niche, and then you can build an application for that niche, and it might be something similar already, right? Like there might be a lot of competitors, but your aim is to just be 10 to 15% better than the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I guess one
Yeah. No. No.
sorry, yeah. One last thing that I've seen is that uh, there are a lot of hackathons, like an AI hackathons,
Mm.
and there are a lot of good use cases that are coming out. I would personally be more interested to see how uh, people can build better, AI assistants for, like, I guess, the medical industry, only because like my family has like medical practitioners,
Oh
and
my
I
God.
haven't seen.
Speaking of medical industry, okay, I'll tell you this. There is the same event we went to. Me and you went to. Okay, and
Yeah.
there was another. There's a past iteration of that event, couple like months
Mm-hmm.
before. Okay, and there is this
Mm-hmm.
couple of founders. Um, they're okay. I don't know if I should mention them, and they're working exactly on the AI field with medical stuff for like doctors.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're
Mm-hmm.
trying to solve the administration work for doctors, and
Nice.
because it's pretty good, and the medical, uh, they're very technical, dude. They have a lot of
Yeah.
experience. One of the founders studied in Germany, one of like the top universities, and
Yeah.
the other one in aerospace. I truly wish there were more useful AI tools like for medical industry and all that, because
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed.
everyone is looking on
Yeah.
the very the very pretty side, very attractive side of, but for the
Yeah.
general
Yeah.
problems, it can you can make it solve a lot of
Yeah.
problems. Like
And especially uh, like even to niche down, like you said, the administrative side
yeah,
of these things, that's like a real place where you can actually make the doctor's lives easier. I'm not even like we can look at problem statements making the patient's life easier as well, of course, but for like the administrative side of things, that is also a very good space, I think, in my opinion.
man. For some reason, there's not a lot of people I saw to going there, and oh, okay, there you go. Sorry, you were lagging for a bit. Um,
No,
I if I'll go again at this one.
mm-hmm.
If if you were me at 18, I'm trying to bake to AI.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
what would I build first to actually learn versus what looks good in resume?
okay. um so I would use my like, and I'm going to use my experience to answer this one, right? I'm someone who wants to go purely into the software field. um there are two things. One is that at 18, I myself didn't knew all the things that I wanted to do today. Okay. um One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give, let's say, about a month to every niche that I find slightly interesting in the software domain.
Right.
I'll give 1 month to mobile apps, web apps, cybersecurity, DevOps, AI stuff, even UI UX designing, right? Because that, like right now at 18, I feel that yes, I want to do something in tech. I'm interested in tech. I'm genuinely interested in tech. But what exactly do I want to do? I don't know that. So I'm going to try all of these fields that I find interesting, actually spend a proper month in every one of them, and then decide what I want to go ahead with, right? And that's actually exactly what I did. um, I already knew the Java programming language from school. So I was like, okay, let me start with mobile apps like Android apps. I like that. So I did it for a few more months. Then I did web development. I like that as well. I did it for a few more months. Then I tried UI UX designing. I did not like that. So I dropped it after a month. So yeah, that's how you understand the things that you like, the things that you want to gain more specialty in. And then after that, just uh, building finding the projects to build on your resume is the easy part. Like
Right.
you go across the web, see what people are building on Twitter, see what people are building on Reddit, try to replicate some of those things. Try to replicate something that an indie developer would have made.
Mm-hmm.
For people who don't know, indie developers are software engineers that are like solo building small startups. So like indie, do that kind of a thing. There are so many applications that you use on a daily basis that you can try building from scratch, right? Like, try building Linktree, try building a URL shortener. Now, URL shortener is one of the basic project ideas that we used to do, but then you can also add in a heck ton of system design to URL shorteners. And then you can start thinking of simple projects also, in the sense that, okay, I have built this simple project, 10 people are able to use it.
Right.
How do I make sure 10,000 are able to use it? Right? That is
Right.
also one of the things that people need to understand. And when you're able to build these kinds of projects, and when you're able to have like a set of like, in that time, if we built like 3 or 4 projects, we could get an internship. Now I would say like at least build 5 to 10, right? Like at least somewhere in that range. And when you have that set of projects, and like you're able to have more
Yeah. Yeah.
depth on, actually build the real world things, then your opportunities are going to improve.
You know, um, yeah, and it all correlates because the CS market is pretty cooked.
Yeah.
It's pretty cooked.
Almost more competitive.
Yeah, yeah. And there was one I asked one guy, right? And he
Yeah.
said he's been training like people with AI stuff and all models and particularly for a CS degree, he said at least get a bachelor's. What's your thoughts?
Mm-hmm.
At least get a bachelor's. I think he means that CS degrees are not entirely useless. It means like that. And
Mm-hmm.
I want to do. I think I have like two last questions, and then I think we're off, man. So,
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
what is one piece of advice you wish someone told you earlier?
Hmm. Interesting. In college life, if you're just joining college, um, one of those things would be just that what I mentioned in front of you, the 1 month thing.
Right.
Like just explore more.
Mm.
At your age, you still don't know exactly what you want to do.
It's
And
true.
if you do this by second year,
Mm.
you would be like, yes, now I'm done. I know exactly what I want to do. I know exactly what I want to specialize in. And I know exactly what I want to be better at compared to my peers in like the particular subject.
Right. Right.
Um, Other than that, I guess I would say one thing that I've noticed people talking about is that a lot of programmers try to like offload all of their process to AI, right? Um, I would say that like fundamentals are still as important. That's one thing that has not
Oh,
changed.
I,
The
I, I,
importance
I I
of
highly agree. I mean, the more we
yeah,
depend on the like Claude and the AI vibe coding, I think we kind of
yeah,
lose of our intuition on stuff,
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. That's why I
yeah,
keep saying that like they're not a replacement; they're a catalyst. Use them like a catalyst only, right? Yeah, I guess that would be it. Like then after that, it's just how much depth you can get in the thing that you're really interested in.
okay. You know, seeing this AI boom and OpenAI and all these companies, Perplexity, uh, and now everyone's saying there's a bubble, right? I think
Mm-hmm.
everyone agrees. And yet, for some reason, that bubble hasn't popped yet. Yet. Yet.
Yeah.
Everyone's expecting it to be now, but it didn't pop yet. So, where do you think the AI space, the tech space, primarily AI, is actually headed in 2 to 3 years? Like, cutting through the hype. Like, what do you think is gonna happen?
Hmm. I have some people who still say that okay, now wasn't the time, but it will definitely pop in like 1 to 2 years,
Yeah.
right? I'm also not sure how good that is. Those guys are talking from like the finance perspective. Uh, I wouldn't make any comments on that. It could be possible. Um, I guess we are still gonna see better and better AI models,
Mm.
but I'm personally of the opinion that if anybody talks about this, we are not close to what people call AGI. Okay.
Yeah.
We are definitely not close to that. We are still far from that. So yeah, that's it, I guess. Like the LLMs are going to be better and better. I think one problem that is going to come up very soon is AI generated photos and videos. People are definitely going to build some things to like tackle that and like try to differentiate that from like actual things. I don't know how that will work, but yes, something will definitely need to come up because actually people can now generate like fake IDs and stuff which look extremely real, which is very dangerous
Yeah,
for especially for security
seeing like
organization.
Sora and all Nano Banana Pro or something from Google.
Yeah,
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 it's insane because I
it's
think what
insane.
2 years. But the creativity of those AI models is not the same as human creativity. That's in my opinion. You need a human to prompt the actual things, you know.
That's still the thing. That's what I guess people sometimes miss, that like the creativity is still coming from the human prompts,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Uh, the AI is just following the prompts and just yeah, even when like generating something, it is like predicting the next thing that can come on the image, right? Like the next pixel in one way. So yeah, like it's just that I guess people who were not able to draw or were not able to shoot a video can do something as well with their own creativity, right? That's
Yeah,
the only competition point for the actual artists who have trained those skills.
yeah. And I okay, this is like another follow up. Okay, you mentioned AGI. Okay,
Yeah,
artificial general intelligence. Yeah, and
yeah.
there is this. I posted a LinkedIn, right. There is this AI researcher called Eden Meyer or something, and he
Hmm.
identifies like three fundamental problems. There's like with the current AI models we have right now. There's like no continual learning, which means like models like catastrophically forget or lose learning ability over time. Like
Okay.
no experiential learning. Like it's trained on random internet chunks, but it's not
Hmm.
coherent experience like humans.
Hmm.
And there's also like wrong scaling. Like we throw more
Hmm.
data at problems when we should extract more from like moment to moment experiences. You know, like
Hmm.
a child, you know, can learn a language from thousands of hours, but like ChatGPT models, you need like 10,000 more data than humans
Yeah,
just to learn the same language. What's your?
yeah,
I want to hear your thoughts because it's the first time I actually spoke an AI engineer with this, and I really wanted to hear this.
yeah, yeah. There. So I agree, because like even recently, like I think I saw um someone's tweet in like near, I think last month.
Mm.
Uh, this is from like a system engineer. His name is Gaurav Sen, and he was talking about how one of the leads of OpenAI, one of the ex leads of OpenAI, Ilya, right?
Yeah.
They were saying that, oh, now AGI is 5 to 20 years away. What people have been saying, that, oh, next year it's AGI, next year it's AGI, right? One thing very important that you said, and I highly agree, it's the continuous and exponential learning, right? Uh, Second thing, it's also about like the kinds of storage capacities and like the systems engineering that we have been able to do today, right?
Mm.
Like you can right now go into how ChatGPT works, how ChatGPT stores logs, and how they are managing like petabytes of data. That is insane. You're saying that like AGI needs to be like, I guess, easily 10x improved version of that. Like, how does that even work in like the core technical terms, right?
Yeah.
That's one thing. And the thing that people say about AGI is that AGI is the level where AI is able to do anything, right? But the thing is that AI is also being built on the human brain, right? Like our own neural network that we
Neurons.
have in our head.
Neurons.
Yeah, neuron. And if you think about it, yes, there are like a few billion neurons, I guess. But then the actual important point is that even each and every neuron has like thousands of synapses, right?
Mm.
And even after all those variables, and like each neuron controls like the electronic signals and the chemicals and everything, and all of that combined is able to make us who we are today. And even right now, someone like me can only say that I'm good at software engineering. Someone like any other person can only say they're good at marketing. We ourselves are not a general intelligence now, and we ourselves are able to use only some percentage of our brain. So yeah, I definitely don't think we are close to AGI.
Whew.
There's still so much amount of work that is yet to be done.
Yeah. Hype is crazy.
Yeah, hype is crazy.
Hype is crazy. Oh my god, you've seen so much money. It's like flowing around one big circle. God,
Yeah,
you know, that's right. We don't actually know AGI yet, and it's not
yeah.
even in like the next 5 to 10 years. Be even greater than that.
It could be, and like it's like a it's like you can divide this thing into three categories, right? There's like one where AI beats humans. That's like calculation. That's like memory. That's like search and optimization. Then there's like where AI is comparable to humans, right? That's the second category. That's communicating and classification. And then you come to the third category, which is like seriously important, where AI is still to some extent losing to humans. That is learning, that's reasoning, and that's modeling. Even the people say that there are like reasoning models, but at the end of the day those are also just spending extra tokens to predict the next token, right? They aren't actually like thinking in the human sense, I would say.
It is just one prediction machine.
Yeah.
It is just one prediction machine. Okay, final question. I promise, no follow-ups this time.
Yeah, all right, let's go.
Describe your work in one word.
Describe my work in one word. um can I do one word with a hyphen?
Okay, how about one sentence?
I would say problem solving.
Problem solving. Why?
Yeah. Because that's why I got into engineering in the beginning. Um, when I was really, really young, when I first started getting into coding, like around eighth grade,
Right.
at that time, coding felt like building Lego blocks. Like I was just putting in like commands and making the whole thing do something, right? And then when I got into college, I started realizing how it can help solve problems. So that's it. That's what I want to be, sort of, you can say, known as. I just want to be known as like a good problem solver.
You shown that. You definitely shown that. All right, Ritvij, thank you. Thanks so much for joining in the very first episode.
Thank you
And
so much for having me.
yeah, man, you've been great. We've been great, and I think our talk was very enlightening. And with the state of AI right now, CS market, because there's like a lot of people at my age is trying to
Yeah.
figure out. I think maybe like for the CS and what should we go for, and yeah, that's it, man. Thank you, Rivich. Nice seeing
Thank
you.
you for having me.
See you, man. All
See
right.
you.